Hi, my name is Steve All. I'm the Director of Hospitality at Moments of Hope Church. And today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about hospitality, specifically about biblical hospitality. Now, when we hear the word hospitality, we tend to think of people who are really good at entertaining guests in their home. But the concept of biblical hospitality is a little bit different. The Greek word for hospitality that we see in the Bible comes from two root words meaning lover of strangers. And we see multiple examples of hospitality in the New Testament. We see it as qualifications for elders in a couple of places. We see it as a quality sought for widows that are seeking financial help from the church. We see that Paul talks about it in the book of Romans, that it's something that the church should demonstrate. Peter says that hospitality is something we should do to others without grumbling about it. And finally, the writer of Hebrews says that sometimes when we demonstrate hospitality, we're entertaining angels without even knowing about it. So we see there are a number of examples in the New Testament about hospitality. But you have to go to the Old Testament to see that hospitality, what it is and why it's important. In the book of Deuteronomy and in the book of Leviticus, God tells the children of Israel that it's important that when they encounter a stranger or an alien, they should treat them like a native Israelite, treat them like family, because the Israelites know what it's like to be treated badly as a stranger in a foreign land, which they were in Egypt for so many years and treated badly. Anyway, so we see why hospitality is important, why biblical hospitality is important. But then you ask the question, why is it important at Moments of Hope Church? It's a good question. You know, whenever you go into a new place, whether it be a new job, a new neighborhood, some social event that you're going into where you don't know anybody at all, and especially if you walk into a new church, maybe you're coming from a background of having a bad experience from your previous church. You know how uncomfortable it is if you walk into a place like that and you don't know anybody at all. So it is vitally important as new guests are coming into Moments of Hope Church, and they're coming in every single week, how important it is for us to provide a culture of making them feel right at home right from the very beginning. So when you were working in the hospitality area, whether it be at the front door or in one of the areas as people are walking in, A, B, C, or D, it's important to make eye contact with people and let them know how happy you are that they're there. So I'm going to give you 3 tips that I'd like you to work on as we begin to create a culture of hospitality at Moments of Hope Church. The first tip I'd like to give you is to remember your abs. Now, I'm not talking about your stomach. It's an anagram. Abs stand for always be smiling. ABS, always be smiling. It's important for you when you are, whether you're in volunteering in hospitality or not, you should always be smiling at your Moments of Hope Church. It's kind of hard not to. It's so many positive things happening. But especially when you see somebody that you don't know, is to make good eye contact and smile, because it's hard not to smile back when somebody is smiling at you. And the second thing I'd like you to do is to remember that there's so many new people there, and I would like to ask you to remember or go seek someone you don't know their name. And to get to know their name. Now, it might be somebody you've seen before, but if you don't know their name, go up to them and say, I'm not sure we formally met, and introduce yourself. So try to get to know one person that you didn't know from the previous week. And one other thing is too important is typically we tend to spend time with people that we know versus people that we don't know. So if you're serving in hospitality, I want you to avoid the temptation of hanging out with people that you know. Don't socialize with your friends. But look for those people that you don't know. If we're going to exhibit biblical hospitality, it's important to be reaching out to those people that you don't know. So if you're serving in hospitality, make sure you arrive on time and you're in your positions and ready to go every Sunday morning. I can't tell you how much I appreciate what you're doing and how important it is that we provide that culture of hospitality at Moments of Hope Church. I think it's what God would have us to do. I think it would please Him greatly. Thank you for your help. I hope you have a great day. Thanks.